Hey there, how's it going, everybody? It's Saturday. It's March 6th. There are a bunch of college basketball games, and I don't have a lot of time to pay too much attention to them, and the list is so big, there's 67 of them. My goodness, it just takes a while to compile all this and to go through it all, and I'm actually doing laundry right now. Somebody asked me, how do you go across, why are you always traveling all the time? How do you do that? It's really not, it doesn't have to be that expensive, especially if you, if you know people in different areas of the country and you have destinations on a trip, you can travel a lot pretty inexpensively. There's Airbnb too, it's not expensive. I hardly ever use that, but the point is, when you drive around, it doesn't have to be that bad. I mean, I was at the hot springs up in Steamboat Springs. It was only $20 to get into the hot springs for 2 hours. It's not that expensive. It's not like, it's just getting there is the problem. So anyway, I drive a lot, and I'm doing laundry right now because it's time to do laundry, and I have a half hour here while I'm waiting for the dryer. So let's talk about college basketball. Other than that, I really haven't paid too much attention to college basketball. I know that it went really, really, really well again yesterday. 29-10. 23-16 against the spread. I don't know, stuff might have slightly altered and changed a little bit because I refreshed stats, but I think this looked like a lot of winning yesterday. And I didn't bet any. I was driving around. I wasn't paying attention at all to this. But yeah, that's a lot of winning up here. A lot of winning. It's like Grand Canyon lost to Utah Valley. That knocked us out of winning potentially the top 16 out of 17 games when you do this descending by the margin thing over here. Anyway, spreads were pretty good too. I think when you sorted this descending by spread cover yesterday, which if you've looked at some of the previous videos where I talk about the spread and the point projections, this is really beautiful. Even though you lose the first one of UC or Irvine, it's saying that all these teams over here covered the spread against these teams. And when we sorted it by how far we thought they were going to cover the spread, we lost the first one. We lost 2 out of the top 4. Then we won a chunk. Then we lost one. Then we won more. Like, we won 17 out of the top 20. That's insane. I mean, if you bet those are almost even money bets when you're betting the team with the spread. So that's ridiculously good. So that was really great to see. Anyway, so let's talk about today. It makes me want to bet. But, is it that simple? Can I just filter this and leave this sort on and tell you to bet this way? And the answer is, I don't know. I think we had a really good day yesterday, but I do not think that's always going to work, but you have to look at other factors. But leaving it in that order, it does say take UC Irvine, but, watch these spread amounts. Like, I don't like taking anybody with 19 points, but I think, the algorithm says do it. So don't listen to me, listen to the algorithm. So this would be the order of spreads going down. There's so many games that the spread covers become negative right here. So I need to explain what's happening here. So here we have games where the algorithm's projected score does not think this team over here is going to cover the spread. It thinks they're still going to win the game outright, but not to cover the spread. So we would say take these teams when it comes to the spread, like take Morehead State plus 6.5, if that's what you can get, because Belmont is minus 6.5. So you have to read this in terms of spread cover by thinking about that. It's kind of complicated. I'll discuss it more later. There's so much data in here that, man, you could really spend a lot of time with this, and some, I know a lot of people, there's money to be made here, so if you enjoy this sport and this game, and I do this because there's so much to choose from that it makes you want to go through this. Like, here's our underdogs. We've got a lot of away underdogs, though, with no home bump, so the margins are pretty low, although Hawaii over UC Davis has a really nice margin, so that's a good line. So taking Hawaii plus 3.5 or Hawaii to win, it is a pretty good pick according to the algorithm. But as for just a straight up, like if I brought in some of the cutout people, like who would Elena have as a pick today? I haven't seen Elena today. Let's bring her out. Elena is the girl that she puts. We're gonna pretend. I'm gonna try to talk Spanish. Actually, I haven't talked Spanish in a while. Ok, mi español es muy, muy mal. Tomé 6 años de español en escuela secundaria y universidad. Pero es muy mal. Atentamos a explicar el colegio básquetbol en español. Ok, here we go. Elena quiere ganar con solo uno pick por Elena. No nonsense. She's like, uno, which one? Elena. Hola, Elena. Elena says, uno pick. Y, ok, más fácil. ¿Qué es más fácil con, ¿dónde? El equipo, I think equipo is team. Equipo es más bueno y este equipo es muy, muy mal. Y del dinero podemos ganar es así. Okay, right? Well. Si Vilanova no estás enferma, 82% estás enferma. Las personas tienen no perfecto. Y que es el problema, los problemas estás aquí. Y con el equipo de Villanova, aquí se Villanova, sí, en dos places. So, Villanova, okay, injured aquí, Villanova here, personas. So, aquí, ni. ¿Cómo se dice ni? Colin Gillespie. Okay, bye. Right? ¿Es una persona buena? No, maybe not. But, so, y mira el partido cuando el equipo es bueno y dinero es bueno. ¿Es posible? Ay. Más bueno dinero está aquí, underdog. Pero no home, away. I don't know home and away in Spanish. What's wrong with me? En casa y no en casa? I don't know. Seattle no. Margen es muy no menos y grande. Margin grande es bueno. So I know margins grande except for Hawaii is okay. Pero okay, so aquí margin grande, dinero. South Dakota menos 6.5. I guess what's it another? Pero power, ¿cómo se dice power? Fuerza del equipo está aquí. So South Dakota de fuerza solo 16%. No es bueno, es crap. Es mierda. So Western Dakota también mierda, pero South Dakota no es muy bueno. So es no Villanova. Margin más de 20 es bueno. So, no está aquí un equipo, I don't know. Irvine? Away. So it's not, okay, Irvine is okay. 30% fuerza y projected puntos por Irvine es 83 y puntos proyectos por Long Beach State es 63. Hay 20 diferencia, right? 20. Now, es only 7 y 5 puntos ese spread, pero UC Irvine no está en casa de Long Beach State. However, it's pretty good. Elena, partidos que, okay. Long Beach State's, historia de season, Long Beach State games were 15 games por Long Beach State. Y 23 partidos played for UC Irvine. So, yeah. But, you know, UC Irvine, okay. Elena, is okay? Hey, Elena. I think she's like, what did you say for the last 10 minutes? You're right. That was bad Spanish. But it was an attempt, actually, of explaining how this file is put together in Spanish. Now, I'll go with UC Irvine there. At -7.5, did the game already happen? Here's how we figure that out. So there's a slicer with all the teams, and we could go through the slicer here and click UC Irvine, and it'll tell us what time they were playing. So let's do that. Here, UC Irvine, and then the remaining slicer for time right here is going to say that game is at 7 p.m. So that game hasn't happened yet. So that'll be our pick of the day. It's going to be UC Irvine -7.5 because the point projections are so drastic, and the percentage is okay. And Long Beach State, I guess, is not very good. I was in Long Beach last month. I mean, it's a town undergoing some revitalization and some new construction. I don't know how their college basketball team is. We'll find out. So we'll go with UC Irvine as the pick of the day. There's a lot of information in here. You can probably comprehend it in a language other than English if you tried, but you probably couldn't understand it in Spanish if you just listened to this entire video. But good luck, everybody. May all your picks be ganadoring.